Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolf Pit with another episode of What Are We Eating? If you, the people, remember just last week, we reviewed the Proper Good cheeseburger soup and the Proper Good pizza soup. Both soups came in a bag and claimed to be made out of great ingredients and the best meals you've ever had or your money back.
May I help you?
Yes. This is not the best breakfast I ever ate, and I'd like my money back.
Well, I hope that Proper Good has a lot of money in reserve because they're going to be refunding people a lot of money because it was not the best meal I've ever had. It wasn't even close. They tasted like garbage, and I couldn't really understand the concept of selling soup in a bag. What's the point of that? But the biggest thing I could not understand is why a 12-ounce bag of soup cost almost $5. Like I've said in the past, I don't mind paying a little bit of extra money for a good quality product that tastes good. I think the Proper Good soups had good quality ingredients, but they tasted awful. So today, we have another product that supposedly has better quality ingredients and is good for us, and it tastes good. And it's the Goodles Shell-A-Good Macaroni and Cheese and the Goodles Cheddy Macaroni and Cheese in a cup that costs $1.97 each. So let's go over the Shell-A-Good Goodles first, which consist of aged white cheddar in shells. And I'm not sure really what to think of their catchphrase, noodles gooder. Just think of that if you feed these to your kids and they fail their next grammar exam. Now here's the list of ingredients and all the ingredients that make the noodles gooder. The whole cup of Shell-A-Good Goodles has 210 calories, 3.5 grams of total fat, 1.5 grams of saturated fat, no trans fat, 10 milligrams of cholesterol, 570 milligrams of sodium, 37 grams of carbohydrates, 5 grams of fiber, 4 grams of sugars, and 10 grams of protein. Now at first, I thought that was a respectable list of nutrition facts, especially the fiber and the protein. But if you compare these nutritional facts with the nutritional facts with the macaroni and cheese that comes in a cup with a blue label, the Goodles aren't really that much gooder. So once again, it seems like these food manufacturers are catfishing the consumer. Now to cook our Goodles, you need to remove the film and the cheesy packet, add water to the water line, place the lid back on the cup, give it a little shaky, and then microwave on high for 4 minutes. And then after 4 minutes, add the cheese packet, while spilling enough of the cheese packet to make it look like a backstage table at a Stones concert. And then give it a good mix, put the lid back on, and let it rest for 2 more minutes. While our Shell-A-Good Goodles are resting, let's go over our Cheddy MacGoodles, which consist of creamy cheddar and macaroni. And again, here's the ingredient list and all the ingredients that make our noodles gooder. The whole cup of Cheddy MacGoodles has 230 calories, 4 grams of total fat, 1.5 grams of saturated fat, no trans fat, 10 milligrams of cholesterol, 560 milligrams of sodium, 40 grams of carbohydrates, 6 grams of fiber, 4 grams of sugars, and 11 grams of protein. Now the process is the same as the first one. Remove the film and the cheese packet. And then add enough water to get up to the water line, replace the lid, give it a good shaky, and then microwave on high for 4 minutes. Then after 4 minutes, carefully remove the lid and add the cheese packet. And then give it a good mix, cover again, and let it rest for 2 minutes. And then while our Cheddy Mac is resting, let's open up and try our Shell-A-Good after resting for 2 minutes. After giving it a good mix, we got a big old spoonful. And that does not look like creamy macaroni and cheese. So into the old pie hole and down the gullet it went. And it did not taste like creamy, delicious macaroni and cheese either. The pasta was way undercooked and the sauce was pasty, probably from the starch in the pasta and from the cheese sauce. It very much reminded me of one of the Knorr packets of pasta, which I don't like whatsoever. So we gave it one more good mix to make sure everything was well incorporated. And then we tried one more spoonful. And the second spoonful doesn't look any creamier or delicious than the first spoonful. And the second spoonful tasted just like the first one. Undercooked pasta with a pasty, flavorless sauce. And I'm going to give the Shell-A-Goodles a 2 out of 10. Now let's see if the Cheddy MacGoodles fares any better after resting for 2 minutes. And when I opened up the lid, it reminded me of the famous macaroni and cheese that comes in the blue box. Let's hope it doesn't taste like that, because I don't like the blue box macaroni and cheese. So we got a big old spoonful, and this at least looks a little bit creamy. And then into the old pie hole and down the gullet it went. And to me, it tasted just like the blue box macaroni and cheese, which, like I said previously, I don't really care for, but the flavor of this wasn't too bad. However, again, the pasta and the sauce was starchy, like it didn't have enough water added to it. But it was good enough to constitute one more spoonful. And this Goodles is pretty edible if you're a kid. And I'm gonna give the Cheddy MacGoodles a 4 out of 10. Thank you all very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and share it with your family and friends and your enemies, and I'll see you soon.